Good evening, SC Church. It is great to have you midweek here on our live stream and YouTube. It is good to be with you all tonight. If you are here, let us know in the comments section of the live chat. Glad that I could be with you. My name is Pastor Matt. I'm one of the pastors here, and I get to hang out with you all tonight. Let me know in the comments section, how are you doing? How are things? We're 6 weeks into this thing now, and trying to stay sane, every one of us. How are you doing? Give me some feedback on that. You know, I was listening to the radio this last week, and the radio was going on recipes that you're trying during the pandemic, different recipes that you're trying during the pandemic. And I'll put that question out to you. What are you cooking? What are you cooking at home right now? What have you tried some weird recipes? Have you concocted something out of what you had left in the cupboards? Have you tried anything kind of strange? I heard on the radio that somebody is putting cheese in their coffee now. I don't know why you want cheese in there. I mean, and not just sprinkling some cheese in the coffee, but like they're putting the cubes in there, like little cubes floating around. I don't know. It's like, you know, cheese marshmallows or something like that, and you get a little nibble at the end, a little snack, and your morning cup of joe. Little weird to me. I want to, as you're commenting there, I want to read you a few tweets of some people that are experimenting, getting creative with their cooking, the recipes that they're trying. One gal says it this way. She says, "It's like we're all on the Food Network show Chopped, cooking meals with random stuff that's left in our pantry." Okay, maybe you feel like you're on a cooking show these days. Another tweet was this: "Day 1, this is a great chance to rediscover my love for cooking. Day 40, sink full of spoons, trash full of empty jars of peanut butter." I guess they gave up somewhere in the middle. Here's another one. My husband has been making pancake and eggs for breakfast every morning, and my kids have become accustomed to the standard, and I'm not prepared to maintain this after he returns to work. Maybe you can relate to that in some way. The last one I wrote down was this one. It says, "Nothing reminds me of how tenuous my understanding of time is like forgetting to set a kitchen timer." So you're cooking, you forget to set the kitchen timer. Has this been cooking for 20 minutes? Has it been cooking for 4 hours? There's no way to tell. And maybe your sense of time is like that. I said a few weeks ago, I feel like I don't know what day it is half the time. 4 minutes, 4 hours, who really knows, right? What are some of the things you're trying? Peanut butter bread, that sounds delicious. If you could find yeast, maybe it doesn't take yeast, Debbie. I don't know, it sounds good. Perfect cookies. Peanut butter chocolate bread, that sounds like Reese's in bread form. Sounds awesome. Homemade pizza. Dough, once again, yeast. You can't find yeast anywhere. I don't know about you. My wife's making chicken piccata. She made that last night. It was bomb. It was pretty good. Hawaiian Spam rice. There you go, Luke. Nice. Lois. Homemade brown sugar cookies with Butterfinger pieces. Man, you need to send me some of those, Lois. I could get down on some of that. Some great stuff. Well, I hope you're staying encouraged during this time, really weird times that we're in, and we say that over and over again because they are. It's just a weird time to be alive right now. But I hope that you're staying encouraged. I'm thinking back on what Pastor Mark has been doing with the Sunday morning series, and it's called Witness. And I think never in the course of history has our witness as a church been so watched as it is right now. And you may think, well, I'm staying at home, so you know, how is my witness being watched? Well, we're still involved digitally. We're still involved when we go to the grocery store, and we're still involved when we're at a gas station filling up because our attitudes are reflected wherever we are. And I think people are watching, what is the church doing during the crisis? Are they falling apart? Are they leaning back on their faith? And I don't know whether you during this time have asked yourself the question, where is God? Maybe you've asked yourself the question, man, I don't think that God even understands what I'm feeling or what I'm going through right now. And what I want to do is I want to take us tonight to a passage, and it's actually one of my favorite passages in the whole Bible. And it's found in the book of Hebrews, chapter 4. Hebrews chapter 4, and at verse 14 it says this, "Therefore, since we have a great high priest who has gone through the heavens, Jesus, the Son of God, let us hold firmly to the faith we profess." Hold firmly, because we've got Jesus. We hold firmly to that faith that we've got during the times that we're in, during our times at home, during our times out in public, during our times online commenting on something or sharing something or ranting about something. Hold to the faith. And he goes on in verse 15, my favorite verse in the whole Bible. "For we don't have a high priest who's unable to sympathize with our weaknesses, but we have one who's been tempted in every way, just as we are, yet was without sin." Maybe for you've thought, man, Jesus doesn't understand what I'm feeling or what I'm going through. This verse has brought me more encouragement in my life than ever before. It's become a life verse for me because I understand that Jesus in his humanity understands what I'm going through. As a human, Jesus experienced every emotion that I experience. He experienced anger, he experienced frustration, he experienced the temptations that I face. He experienced the desire to be greedy. Imagine Jesus, having all of the power of the universe at his disposal, and yet holding that back. Power had to have been something in his humanity that he was tempted with. In every given moment, the struggle for power, and yet somehow he holds that back. It says we have a high priest that we don't have a high priest that's unable to sympathize with our weaknesses, but we have one who's been tempted in every way. He's felt everything that we've felt. He understands what it is to be us. And yet, in the midst of that, he didn't sin. He didn't give in to it. You see, our human emotions in and of themselves, those aren't sin. It's not a sin to be angry. It's not a sin to feel sad. It's not a sin to have a sense of wanting to not be stepped on, so to speak. All of these emotions and things that creep up in us are our humanity, but it's when we take those things beyond, when our anger pushes on into something else, when it pushes into malice, when it pushes into venting, when it pushes into physical abuse in some way, when it pushes into words that we can't take back, that is the sin that comes out of that emotion. And so understand the emotions that you're feeling as you're going through what we're going through. It's okay to feel things, but our witness is something that we've got to keep intact because Jesus did. And maybe you're saying, well, he was God. And so, he doesn't get it. He was perfect in every way. Yet, here's the thing. The next verse tells us how to combat this. So he experiences that. He chooses not to give in to those temptations. And then verse 16 goes on, "So then let us approach the throne of grace with confidence, so that we may receive mercy and find grace to help us in our time of need." We in and of ourselves cannot resist temptation to the complete point where we are perfect as Jesus was perfect. We can't do that. And because we aren't God, we need God. We need him. We need him in our every moment. And so it says we can now have the confidence, just like the Israelites could approach a high priest in the temple and vent some of the problems and the frustration and get advice. We too can approach our high priest and say, Jesus, this is what I'm feeling right now. This is the frustration that I'm going through. These are the things, these people are doing this, or this person is doing this. God, and know that he hears what we're saying, and that he'll give us mercy, and that he will give us grace in our time of need. We have the ability to approach God's throne with confidence. What a beautiful passage in Scripture, and I think it's so relevant to where we find ourselves as we try to keep our witness in check during this time. And so what I want to do as we wrap up our time together today, I want to sing a song together. And maybe you just want to listen to me twang on my guitar and sing tonight. But I want this song to just kind of be a prayer for us, that where we are right now, we're going to choose to turn to God. Where we are right now, what we're feeling inside, whether it's I'm on top of the world or whether I don't know how I'm going to get through tomorrow, wherever you are in the range of emotions, right now we can say, God, I choose you. Right now, I choose you. And so I want to invite you to sing with me tonight and make this kind of a prayer as we seek Jesus with these words. I count on one thing, the same God that never fails will not fail me now. You won't fail me now in the waiting. The same God who's never late is working all things out. You're working all things out. Yes, I will lift you high in the lowest valley. Yes, I will bless your name. Yes, I will sing for joy when my heart is heavy all my days. Oh, yes, I will. Sing that verse again. I count on one thing, the same God that never fails will not fail me now. You won't fail me now in the waiting. The same God who's never late is working all things out. You're working all things out. Yes, I will lift you high in the lowest valley. Yes, I will bless your name. Yes, I will sing for joy when my heart is heavy all my days. Oh, yes, I will for all my days. Oh, yes, I will for all my days. Oh, yes, I will. Jesus, tonight we choose to come to you with our frustrations, with our hurt, with our anxiety, with our human emotions that don't know how to deal with the world that's out of control right now. God, we trust you first, not our state leaders, not our federal government, not the doctors, not the news, not any of those things. God, first we put our trust in you. Help us to do that, God. Help us to think to do that when we wake up in the morning and say, God, today I put my trust in you, for you understand what I'm going through. Help us in our moments of weakness to turn back to you and say, God, I didn't make you proud in that moment. Help me, Spirit. God, I know in these moments, as we are engaging digitally, we have a longing to be with other people. God, that's the way that you wired us. When we think of other people, God, help your Spirit to remind us to pray for those people, to lift them up, to give them a call and encourage them. God, give us the boldness and the discipline to do just that. Tonight, I just pray that you would go from us from this online, go with us from this online platform and help us as we look at our witness, as we reflect you to the world around us. Help us, Jesus, we ask in your name. So it is great to have you, each one of you, joining us tonight, and just so grateful that you tuned in tonight. I want to tell you a couple things, just super quick as we wrap up tonight. If you didn't hear Sunday, the Native American district is lost a number of people. The district that's a part of our Church of the Nazarene, the Native American district lost a number of people and a pastor through this virus. And so while our county hasn't been impacted, there's other areas that are really impacted. And this week, we've been doing a drive for certain needs that they have to minister to their families. You can find those at our website, scnaz.org. The list is there. It's also on our Facebook family page. Thursday and Friday of this week, so tomorrow and Friday, from 9 to 4, there's little trash bins under the overhang at the church. You can drop those supplies there, and we're gonna do a supply run down to make sure that those families get those things. Some of you have been dropping those things off. I want to let you know you got a couple of days left to do just that. Bring those by. We'll bring those in. Nobody's going to steal them. We're going to take care of that. There'd be somebody here to take care of that. The other thing I want to encourage you with is don't miss out on the opportunities to engage with your children. Pastor Elise has been uploading videos for you to play at your convenience with your kids when they're a little less distracted. Check those out, and you can access those through our website as well, scnaz.org, and just look at the Naz Kids section of that for the link there. She also sends out an email. You can subscribe to that there. Naz Youth Group tomorrow live, 4 o'clock. And then don't forget, join us on Sunday morning. Be encouraged. 10 a.m. we'll be live streaming again. God bless you guys. Have an amazing evening. We'll see you Sunday.